Hi, friends. Thank you for joining us. This is Food for Thought, and my name is Steele Chandy, and this is a ministry out of Christ Episcopal Church. And today, I'm continuing my roving around because I've been vaccinated, and I can now move around to different places. So today, I'm back in the church, back in my church office, and of course, you could see the cross behind me because we've, Christy Allergize, our Director of Religious Education and Sunday School program, just helped me set up my office so that it would look kind of churchy. But as you know, we might be moving from this place to another place every now and then, doing food for thought from different places. But we thank you for being a part of this, and if you are here, please connect with us. Tell us that you're here. Tell us that you like the show. We have a good program today too, and that we will be speaking to one of our own parishioners who is a chair of the fundraising and events committee in our church, and I'll introduce you in a second to her. But she will talk to us about some really wonderful things that we're doing as we're reopening. So if you are here, please do connect. Tell us that you're here, and tell us that you enjoyed this program and love to participate. Today, is again we're trying to re-engage in being with our parishioners, being open now, right? There's a freedom that's happening for us when we are coming back to somewhat of a normal situation. But we remember that that even though we're coming back to a normal situation, what we thought was normal, or what we have in our mind is normal from our past before COVID-19, are going to be some adjustments. We're still going to be doing some of these things that that are still powerful, that have been powerful for us, that have connected us. I mean, this coming week, whole week, we're really going to be talking about the Pentecost experience, how God brings God's breath into a situation and brings new life and new possibilities. And for those people who are faithful, they take these new possibilities and adapt and create new things out of it. And so out of our adaptation, out of Christ Church and all that we're doing, the Spirit's caused us to do some new things with technology, with this program, Food for Thought. We're going to continue it for a bit, and we're going to see how it goes, how it continues to connect people. We're going to be having our online services still, or our services still placed online so that people can watch and participate and as they are able. Because there are still people who aren't vaccinated, and even if there are some people who are vaccinated, some people have, autoimmune issues that prevent them from being in crowds and being as free as they once were. And so we're going to be using the learnings that the things that we have learned. I mean, from this past year, and we're going to continue to engage those things that are important for us as we continue to adapt to our new situation. And this is, again, part of God's Holy Spirit, God's breath, because it breathes new life into us and new possibilities. And so, if we're thinking about wisdom through this whole COVID-19 situation, one of the things I think is important for us to remember is to always be open, to be humble. This past year has taught me I have to be more and more humble. I have to be open to the possibility that God does things in ways that are different than I would imagine and expect, and then being open to kind of Spirit of God, right? That's a key posture in the season of Pentecost. And so I ask you to continue to engage and continue to see where God's Spirit leads you. There are many things that we're doing as a community that we will kind of continue to as we re-engage, we'll do some things differently, or we'll do things that are different from this last year. We're going to probably re-engage in our 8 o'clock service soon. We'll be talking about that at the worship committee soon. We're going to continue with our main service, and that may be at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock now, but it may for a summer session be 9 o'clock. We'll continue our Saturday evening session with music for a while, because those people in that service really connect to that experience of music along with the liturgy, and we're going to continue to re-engage. Of course, the online ministry things we're going to continue to. The morning prayer will continue. The Compline will continue. Our food for thought will also continue for a bit, because they're connecting new people and new experiences, and so it's a good thing to kind of see how God is working in this. You know, a person that I want to introduce our guest, and a person that is very important in our community, and who's on our vestry board, who serves as the chair of the fundraising committee, who is vivacious and engaged in all the work of our congregation, is Lisa Kitchen. And Lisa is just an amazing woman, and she is our guest today. And she's got a number of initiatives that we're doing in this congregation, and she's going to talk to us about those initiatives. And so, Dave, please bring Lisa on board.
Hello.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, great. It's so great to see you again on camera, right?
I know, virtual still, a little bit still virtual, but this is a good virtual.
This is a good virtual, and yet, and it was yesterday. We did meet around for a meeting yesterday, which was good, and in person, and it was great to see you in person. It's just wonderful.
I know, got to have that in person. It's just, we all need that connection, you know. And just like you were mentioning, it was so wonderful on Sunday to have everyone back. We had a full house and no masks and singing. It was just amazing, and the weather was beautiful on Sunday. Couldn't have been a better day.
Yes, I know. I love the singing, and it's just, and we're also part of what you and Chrissy are helping us re-engage in is Lemonade on the Lawn, and we had a good fellowship. I mean, people just, you know, they're vaccinated and they're more comfortable. There are some people who wear their masks, and that's okay. Absolutely. But the idea of just being together and talking and engaging is so important for us, isn't it?
It is, and it's just nice to have some conversation after church. And you know, like I said, the weather was beautiful, so it's a perfect time to just come out and catch up with people and see what's going on with everyone and have a little lemonade. And it was just great. It was fabulous. Even the Sunday school even had a water fight with they were having a blast as well. So, you know, they're doing their thing, and Andrew got pummeled with the water balloon by Maddie, so he was soaking wet, but he thought that was great. So they had a blast.
Well, you know what? I just want to I know you have a list of things you want to talk about, but I want to just touch base on that, because the previous week the kids' Sunday school had an event out there too. It was kind of like a mini talent show. They were. It was fun. It was great. I saw it and I was just like, wow. And
my son didn't know what to do. So he's like, Mom, what am I going to do for a talent? And, you know, we ran through some ideas. I said, it has to be kind of quick and easy. And so I'm going to give a shout out to my mother-in-law, Janet Kitchen, and my nephew, Ben Dunham, because they were at one of our family dinners. They were showing him how to put a spoon on his nose and hold it without, you know, your hands. So I told him, why don't you do your spoon trick? So that's what he did. I said, it'll be fun and everybody will have a good time with it.
Yeah, and we did. I loved it. It was like, and he was like, he had that spoon on his nose for the longest time. I couldn't believe it.
I know. I don't know if it's going to get him too far, but it was good for a laugh and fun. So.
Oh, it was so, and you know, the kids were doing cartwheels. They were showing us how they were doing cartwheels. There were
someone played a guitar too. I think they had a guitar. I didn't catch who's in that, but I thought I heard or saw that.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I told our Allison and Dana. I said, look, and also Megan was there too. I think they were doing some leadership, and I said, look, maybe open it up to the rest of the parish on a Sunday after church.
That
Maybe,
would be fun. Yeah.
yeah, somebody would take a guitar, sing a song. Maybe somebody would like to say a poem or something like that, you know?
Right. That's a great idea. I like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I could recite Psalm 23 for you.
You could. We would love that.
A dramatic reading. Yea, though I walk. You know? Yeah. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun seeing them together and in person, and it's fun being with our church in person. So tell us about the things that are happening.
Well, we have a few things coming up, but one thing we have going on right now, which I'm sure everyone needs, is plants for their yard. Everybody's out doing, yard work. I know I've been doing that. And my wonderful mother-in-law, Janet Kitchen, has a plethora of plants in her yard because she is just one of those amazing people that can just grow anything and it looks beautiful. And I'm not one of those people, but she is, and she knows all of the different plants and all of that. So she has all kinds of stuff in her yard that you can come and dig up. You just need to get a hold of her. You can either email her, and I'm going to I have the cheat because I forgot. I should have had it ready. But I'll talk while I find her email just to give it out. And set up a time to go out and choose some plants. She'll walk through with you and point out what there is. I have a small list of some of the things that she has. Iris, primrose, hosta, Japanese iris, lily of the valley, forget-me-nots, daffodils, and the one I have a really hard time pronouncing, heliotrope, something like that. I'm not, and forget. But anyway, she has all of those. And her email is somewhere down here. JKitchen, so Janet, jkitchen42@cox.net. And it's on the Friday Blast. So just email her, or if you have her phone number, you can call her and stop by and get some plants. And it all goes towards our fundraising line. And she's motivated. She has a goal. If you know my mother-in-law at all, she is very goal-oriented.
Yeah.
And last year she did over $1,000 with her little plant sale at her house. So she is raring to go, and she just needs people to come by and get some plants.
Well, I'll tell you, Simi and I are planning to call. I'm going to call her today and just plan to go visit with her, because not only do we need the plants right now, I do not have the green thumb.
Me either.
You know, my grandparents were farmers back in India, but like I have that gene did not come to me. Right.
Me either. I grew up on a farm. My father was a farmer. My mother's the same way. She can plant anything. I don't know. Skipped a generation with me. I don't know.
You and me both.
Not my thing. I love to look at them now. They're beautiful.
I know. Same with me. But Simi has that ability, and so I think like we're both going to go down and we're going to see Janet also, because Janet's amazing, right? I mean, she's just like she and Charlie, her husband, right? Just amazing people, and they have so much wisdom and they're such a delight. So we're going to do it on Thursday, and well, hopefully Thursday, and we'll figure out a time.
That'll be great. Well, she'll be excited to see you. Plus, she just likes to see everyone. So it's been a long year for everyone. So she doesn't mind a visitor or two. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
So I definitely encourage everyone to stop by and get plants. She would love to sell you some. And then it was funny that I was going to be on today, because I was just actually going back and forth with Caswell on a couple of things. And he had an idea, and I was like, well, I think that's lovely. And why we hadn't already thought of it, I don't know. But we're looking at planning a drive-in event for Christ Church in August, and having a movie for the church. So to do a little fundraiser event. We have a couple, he had a couple of ideas for movies, so I'm not going to say yet because we don't know for sure. This is literally just back and forth this morning, but I'm like, that's an awesome thing to do. I mean, who doesn't like to go to a drive-in? I mean, it's just, it's a fun night out in the summer. So definitely be looking forward to that in August. And then you and I are on a committee with Neil. Could you say his last name? I know I'll mess it up.
Truala. Yeah.
Well, I apologize to Neil. I just call him Neil. So I always mess. I'm bad with names sometimes. But he has come up with this wonderful, ambitious idea to do a 5K run. It's something he's been planning and wanting to do for a few years now, and it's coming to fruition. and he's asked and requested Christ Church help with that, as an important part of his life as Christ Church is. So we are going to do a 5K fun run on October 2nd, and there's going to be a lot more information forthcoming. It's still a little bit in the planning stages, but it's coming together. And the best thing about it is that you can walk or you can run. And I'm going to walk. I think Father Snell's walking.
I'm walking.
We're walking. So it's open to anyone, a family event. And it's going to be great because it's going to start at the town beach and then go all the way down Atlantic Ave. And then you're going to take a right and go along the overlook, along the rocks and the water and the ocean. And I mean, anybody who's familiar with Westerly, it's just one of the best scenic views we have. And so you'll do that, make a loop around and come back. And it's going to be a really fun event. I don't know if you want to throw in anything on that, or
well, I know that we're tossing out some names and possibilities, and I think we've got a really creative committee, and I think that's going to be really good. And if people, maybe we might offer people to ask them for suggestions or something like that. Yeah. But I know that about 20 years ago when I was at All Saints Hoboken. I was the curate there, and we also started a race at that time, the 5-mile Ho-Ha Classic. And the big thing for us was that the T-shirts are really important. The T-shirts, because they kind of, you could always wear them all around, and of course you have sponsors in the back, and then we had this really wonderful T-shirt with in Hoboken, which was a yuppie kind of community, near New York City, across the street, across in New Jersey. We had like buildings with a Godzilla monster kind of eating the building, and then people running in like the 1950s in suits and dresses and all that. And it was just a campy kind of image, but it's added to this sense of fun and doing things and being alive. And so this is like that in our church.
Yeah, we're going to come up with a really cool T-shirt too. That's one of the things we're working on with the cool name. So, you don't want to miss out on that event because it's a lot of fun, and it's something that Neil's had been dreaming about doing. So we want to make, and this is going to be the first annual. Our plan is to do this every year. So anyway, keep an eye out for that because it's going to be able to register soon, and we'll get that information out there.
Could we? The date was again October
2nd.
October 2nd. It's a Saturday that he's got it all set up for, and so we're and people can and again, it's a fun family type of experience. People don't have to run, but they could walk. They could go with their own
stroller. I mean, it's a family thing. Just go out and enjoy I don't know if technically you have to finish the race. Maybe you can just walk part way and come back. I don't know. I mean, as long as you do what you can do, just get out and enjoy the weather and your friends and your family and just have a good time and be down by the water. I mean,
Yeah, and of course there are all those businesses around, the restaurants around. So we were joking yesterday that somebody was saying, well, we'll run one restaurant to the next.
Yeah, exactly. So we were talking about who wants to just eat, not run from one place to the other.
Yeah.
So we have that coming up, and another thing that's in the hoppers, I've had some requests for a tag sale or yard sale, and we did not get to have a book sale this past December. So at some point, hopefully soon, we have a lot of stuff going on at church. So it's kind of depending on when we can make this happen. But if anybody has stuff for a tag sale, hold on to it. We are going to do something. I just don't have any particular dates lined up for that. And books as well. So we want to bring, do something with the books and get that out, get that going, because everybody loves a good tag sale. I mean, we had it in my yard last year, and you came down and filmed, and it was so much fun, and we had a great time. It was nice because we got to see people, and at that point, everybody was really still kind of hunkered down. So we just had a great time. But we'll do it at church this year, and so we'll figure that out. But that's something coming up, and then of course Wendy reached out to me the other day. Wendy Hyde, my co-chair for the Christmas Bazaar, and she's like, "We need to have a meeting." And I'm like, "Anytime." So we're already thinking about the Christmas Bazaar at the end of the year because as we know, time just flies by, and it'll be Christmas before we know it. So we were thinking of that, and I would love to still have like some kind of dinner in the fall. We usually have a fall dinner, and I think we need that to get everyone back. After it'll be a wonderful summer, but it'll be kind of like we always do some kind of homecoming in September. So maybe something, September, October, just to like get back into church and have a nice meal together. I mean, that's always such a lovely time and event. So that's also on my radar as well.
I'll tell you, Lisa, one of the things that was really powerful was having like that a dinner together and then a compline afterwards.
Yes.
In the church, and we could do that. I think it's time. I think.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. And maybe we'll do one just like a potluck, something early on in the summer, and then we'll have maybe a more, I don't want to say formal, but a more sit down dinner, later on. But something just to get us all back and, just to see each other and just enjoy a meal. I think that's important.
One of the things I've learned through this COVID thing is that it's important to have these connections, right? And sometimes you think that these connections are important for our spirit. They help us to kind of move forward and be energized to deal with life, right? And
yes, you know me, I've been an advocate of getting back into church since the start.
I know.
I definitely feel that way. I mean, I need people. That's how I run. And sitting in a room all by myself with a computer is not gonna be healthy for me. So I'm definitely there. I like people and I like to be around everyone.
Yeah. And I think that's a piece of wisdom that I think we're not robots. We're human beings, And
we're social people, as I've heard people say in the past with all this. We're social people.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? And I'll tell you, Lisa, I'm so grateful for you. I know, like last year, that you opened your house to that tag sale, and it was great. I loved it. And right when we were all kind of like in the middle of this stuff, and we had our masks on and everything, but it was just great. It was just super.
It was good. And and it just comes to tell you that Christ Church comes together. I mean, I can't explain it. I don't think I even took pictures. Why I didn't, I don't know. But you would have saw the amount of items that we got for this tag sale. I mean, it didn't even fit in my garage. There was so many. And the lady and I, well, there was a couple men, but mostly women. I'm not being chauvinist. I'm just saying that's what it was. They came out and sorted that stuff and tagged it. And I mean, no one, I could never have done it by and I didn't. I mean, it was a total community church event. But it was just good. It was just good for everybody to be together and to have an activity and a goal. And it was just wonderful. And it really did. It came together and it was what we needed at the time, I think.
Yeah. Lisa, you have, at the very beginning, I just, we're talking about having an open heart. And that's what you have. You have an open and wonderful heart. And just like you, there are many other people like you at Christ Church, and that's what makes Christ Church so great.
Oh, thank you. But yes, there's a lot of people like me, and we all, have the same goals, and we want to, it's just a good thing. And Christ Church is just a wonderful place to be and to share. And we couldn't live without it. I know that.
That's for sure. Well, I'm looking forward to all that stuff that we have planned, and especially that race. And all of the stuff, all of it. I'm just going to be loving it because it always lifts me up. And Lisa, thank you for all that you do. Thank you and your family. And any other parting words of wisdom?
All I can say is have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. I hope the weather is as nice as it was on Sunday. But we never seem to have 3 days of nice weather and a long weekend. But, well, you never know. It's only Tuesday, right? So it's possible. But just enjoy the the outside and, God's gifts to us. I mean, it's just beautiful out there right now. We all need it. Get out and say hi to your friends, your family. Enjoy it.
All right. God bless you. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks
Welcome.
for all that you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's amazing, isn't she? Just a wonderful attitude and a hopeful spirit. And that is the Christian spirit, isn't it? And that's the spirit that helps us to survive and adapt and engage, and of course helps us to see the wonder and joy in the world that God has created us. The spirit of hope and openness. And we thank God. We're grateful to God for people like Lisa Kitchen. But as our time is ending, let's end our time with prayer. And this is a prayer that we usually say at the end of our program. And it's a prayer that was adapted from one written by Bishop Thomas Brown of May. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Jesus Christ, you traveled through towns and villages, curing every disease and illness. At your command, the sick were made well. Come to our aid now in the midst of the global spread of the coronavirus. Heal those who are sick with the virus. May they regain their strength and health through quality medical care. Heal us from our fear, which prevents nations from working together and neighbors from helping one another. Be present with those in authority who are making hard decisions. Support the medical professionals, emergency responders, counselors, and caregivers. We ask this all in your name, Jesus. Amen. Join with me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Friends, go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Spread the light of Christ, the light of joy and hope to the world. The world needs it right now.
Thanks for watching. Did you know that you can join Christ Church from anywhere in the world? If you're feeling connected to what we're doing, email us today at communicate@christchurchwesterly.org.